Welcome, and you are listening to ZhaoBook Podcast. In this podcast, we will be displayed in English language. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to ZhaoBook Podcast for the last time in 2022. Now, I shall review my future plans, which the truth is, I will read first 3 books for the first 3 months, January, February, and March. And I will summarize and review them, which 2 of them are the books I bought from the latest book fair in Thailand only, and the other one is an English book, where it was from my own personal bookshelf. So what are we all waiting for? Let's get started, shall we? The first book I'm going to talk about is Big Magic, written by Miss Elizabeth Gilbert. If you're her fan club or FC, you might know one of her most famous book of all. And surprise, surprise, this book has been adapted into a movie. Now you've heard these, and you will automatically notice it. That book is Eat, Pray, Love. It is like a biography about the author's world tour in just 1 year. Repeat, 1 year only to finding experiences, willpower, and a balanced, peaceful life. Okay, that's enough for now. I think we have gone too far. Let's get back to Big Magic. Big Magic is a self-help book. The most important key in this book is that he wants readers like us to show off our hidden talents. Within a fantasy term, let's say pulling out our secret skills. But how can we pull it out? There's an answer in the book. Alright, first book's over. Let's get to the second one. Next book is another self-help book. Again, but this time is quite a psychological one. That book is Mindset, written by Miss Carol Susan Dweck. If I pronounce her name wrong, I'm truly sorry about that. It has received an award for best-selling psychological book for consecutively 10 years. Almost a half of her life. It has an interesting invitation to read the book. For Thai version only. I'm sorry, I don't have the English or the original one. Anyway, he said, to be successful or be a failure, it depends on 2 types of conceit. And which type are you thinking? Which is actually a truth, because whenever we do or say something, a thought is an important key to these actions. It is a main factor which makes us say and do it like this. In an easy explanation, no matter what you do, a thought is a pusher to cause an action. What are those 2 types of conceit or a thought? See the answer by yourself. Finally, last book. Normally, I review non-fiction books. This time, let's get into fiction type. Let's try to be different for once in our life. It isn't trying to kill you or making you having a bad reputation, right? Anyway, that book is Animal Farm, written by the all well-known George Orwell. You know, the same actor who wrote 1984. The quote, Big Brother is watching you, I presume, which is another one of his famous books. Many publishing companies around the world have translated into many languages, including Thai language too. It's my language. Okay, let's get to a brief of this story. And there's a farm, and the farm owner, Mr. Jones, was quite a drunk lad and often tortured animals, mostly beating them. Until one day, these animals have enough of him, so they decided to rebel against him, chase him out of his own farm, and rule the farm by themselves. At first, it was great, but the later one, I don't feel good telling about it. It's more like a spoiler for the movie. I don't want anyone to, know the story before you seek it out by yourself. It's really bad. Anyway, you might wonder, how is it going during later times. Buckle up and find out in the book or probably the next episode of ZhaoBook Podcast in next year. Who knows? And that's it. That's the end of today's free books preview. I hope you like it. Before we go, let me say again that this is the last episode of ZhaoBook Podcast in 2022. I just feel that I'm glad that I have done something that I like and share my thoughts and my ways of reviewing books to everyone. Thank you so much for following me. Although it's quite few, but I'm glad that I share something with someone who has the same interests as I do. It feels good. So next year, ZhaoBook Podcast is still being released every the first day of the month in YouTube only, but it will be better and better as the time goes by, and so am I. I will try to be a better person, a better reviewer, together with this podcast. See you in next year. Goodbye, my fellow book friends. สวัสดีค่ะ